featured anywhere on YouTube, log on to my website at imjustheretomakeyoutthink.com/films.
You are now listening to ethnographic researcher Dane Calloway.
I want y'all to check out somebody named Dane Calloway. Dane Calloway? Look into Dane Calloway.
On I'm Just Here to Make You Think Radio.
Oseo, everyone. This video is officially the next installment of my Easter Egg Sunday series. Now, to those of you that might have missed the last one, I named it Easter Egg Sunday because this is where I will be discussing information concerning many of the visual messages that are presented throughout my documentaries that you might have missed. And each of these videos will be released every Sunday, exclusively to you all watching, and not anywhere else. I found this to be something very interesting, and I always wanted to talk about it as soon as I complete the production of a video at any given time, because in most cases, the visual messages themselves would tell more information, but the viewer will only catch it if they paid closer attention to detail. So now, let's go to this Easter egg clip from one of my latest videos called Why American History Differs in Other Countries. At about right here, at this point of the video, the viewer's attention is focused on a picture of a copper-colored middle-aged man that appears to be dressed as a sailor, being as though we can see that he appears to be occupying a sailboat with associates far off behind him.
This is our family story.
Bad for my health.
Action. Adventure.
Scared for myself.
What's important to note here is that this image is a fresco-style painting that was created by an Italian painter of color named Domenico Zampieri between the years of 1628 and 1630. And according to Britannica Encyclopedia, Domenico was one of the, quote, leading practitioners of Baroque classicism in Rome and Bologna. This particular painting was completed during a time period where Domenico's works were considered to be, quote, less acceptable by Rome, falling under heavy criticism by a few powerful dictators, which in turn forced Domenico to become, quote, a victim of systematic persecution. Persecution is synonymous with words like torture, mistreatment, bullying, harassment, or oppression. So in other words, Domenico began painting a lot of images over the years that showcased brown-complexioned Europeans of royalty all throughout Europe and other surrounding islands. And someone or somebodies had issues with these paintings becoming more and more favorable over time for some strange reason, which eventually led to many of his paintings being reproduced by select artists to favor pale-faced individuals as people of royalty in Europe. And this also led to Domenico's sudden death, dying no less than 10 years after publishing his most criticized works at the age of just 59. This fresco-style painting is a depiction of a Spaniard-Italian navigator or explorer, originally known as Cristoforo Colombo of Mula, Spain, but now known as Christopher Columbus of Genoa, Italy. He is dubbed as the discoverer of the Americas. Keep that in mind. Now, you may recall hearing about the story of how Christopher Columbus discovered America by finding himself to be initially lost at sea by inadvertently landing somewhere along the island of Haiti, which was originally known during this time period as Giscaya, meaning mother of all lands, before it was anglicized to become later known as Hispaniola, which is located in the southernmost region of the Americas. I touched on this here. One of the most commonly used statements that will be considered as a fact of opinionated history is that Spanish master navigator and explorer Christopher Columbus discovered America in 1492 with help from Moroccan, or rather Iberian servants who were familiar with navigating the waters of the shores. Now, before I go any further, I want you to quickly make note of the word discover and its actual meaning. The word discover is commonly used to reference when something is exposed or made known, for originally it was a secret or hidden to the public, but now all is revealed. So now, if Christopher Columbus allegedly discovered America, that would not mean that he found new lands. No, it simply means that the people who sent him were already aware of these lands' existence, along with its people who were already inhabiting it. This also means that if the Christopher Columbus story that we were all told is actually true, then history and its writers are purposely mistitling his position as a navigator and explorer. Why is this, you ask? Well, since someone gave Christopher Columbus royal permission to be granted access to explore these lands in hopes of immediate relocation and settlement for their people, then that does make Christopher Columbus a discoverer, only because a discoverer originally meant informant during this time period. As the story goes, Christopher Columbus reported back to someone, right? And somehow his alleged story was documented. But it royally fails to mention that the true asterisk by his name should read spy. Now,